Hello, moviegoers, and welcome to another edition of Have You Seen It? I'm your host, Denise, and I am back after a short little vacay. So I'm going to get right into this review. My review this week is John Wick, Chapter 4. Let me give you a little background on my experience with John Wick, the character. I know nothing about John Wick. I have never seen a John Wick movie. So why did I go to the theater to see this John Wick movie? You know, there's been a lot of buzz, okay? I know there are lots of John Wick fans out there, a lot of buzz. It's made a nice sum of money at the box office. It's just opened not too long ago. So I was kind of curious and wanted to kind of step outside of my comfort zone a little bit. This type of movie is not my jam at all, but I said, hey, I am willing to go and see it. Now, I did get a tip, some advice from my producer, who has seen all of the John Wick movies. My producer gave me some advice and said, watch John Wick Parabellum. So that was number 3, so that I have a little bit of background going in. So I did just that, and it was very helpful because this movie, I'm telling you right now, folks, is 169 minutes in length. So for me, that tidbit of prepping myself before kind of was useful because if I'm going to spend that much time in the theater, this better be good. So here we go. I'm in the theater, and we have Keanu Reeves reprising that role of John Wick, Lawrence Fishburne, Bill Skarsgård, Clancy Brown, the late Lance Reddick, Donnie Yen, George, I'm going to spell his last name because I've been mispronouncing it as I've practiced, Georgiou. So you can look that up and see how to pronounce it properly. And then we have Ian McShane and a couple of other folks in this movie, but those were the kind of like the main characters that you're going to see. So we start the movie off. John Wick is, in a bad way. He is, has been excommunicado, and there is quite a hefty price tag on his head to find this man and dispose of him. So he wants to kind of just get out of the whole game. I need to get out from under the high table. So I learned a lot of terminology while watching this film. And he's kind of at an impasse. It's like, what do I do? How am I going to get this done? Everywhere I go, I'm at a dead end. And then he has a very bright idea, but in order for him to follow through on that idea or suggestion, if you will, is he's got to put his life on the line. So here we go. In John Wick fashion, we are hopping from continent to continent. We're going from Japan to Paris, New York City, Germany. We're all over the place. And of course, in this movie, it's all about your foes trying to get you and kill you. So I'm telling you right now, the adrenaline rush is there, and I was there for it. I was like, not on the edge of my seat, but I was like, what's going to happen next? Who's coming out of the woodwork next? Who's coming around this corner? Who's jumping off this building? Who's chasing this person? I mean, the action and the thrill of this movie is all there. Lengthy, yes. Did it feel like almost 3 hours. Not too much, because I was kind of interested in, who these characters are, what this whole high table and excommunicado thing is all about. So, I was interested in finding all those things out. So there you go. I clocked one particular fight scene, if you want to call it that, combat scene. I'm going to give it 18 minutes. So from start to finish. And every time I thought, okay, this particular fight scene is over, it was not. They were just taking a breather, and then it would start up again. So John Wick fans, you know how that whole thing works. If you are going to check this movie out for the first time, you will be entertained. I will say it is bloody. It is gory. It is riddled with just mass murder all over the place. So my review for this week was John Wick Chapter 4. I am glad that I did have a little bit of background knowledge before I saw this movie. So check it out. I've heard nothing but good things about it. So there you go. All right. So I'm going to jump right into my Nailed It. And my Nailed It for this week was pretty easy. John Wick Chapter 4, specifically the martial arts sequences. The degree of difficulty and the precision in their movements, their hand-to-hand combat was just exceptional. And, I'm just in awe. I'm in awe of martial arts anyway, but the things that they were doing in this movie were outstanding. So my Nailed It is just the superb martial arts sequences and the stunts in general for John Wick Chapter 4. So before I leave you, I will give you just a couple of little tidbits that, again, kind of helped me understand the whole phenomenon that is John Wick. Keanu Reeves spoke a total of 380 words in this film. There is data on each film that tracks how many words he actually speaks. So Keanu Reeves actually excluded 50% of his dialogue in this movie, which I thought was pretty interesting. And 12 weeks of intense martial arts training and stunt driving is what he put his body through for this movie. So, and you will be thrilled at the specific car scene where he had to do something really, really, really awesome and cool. So there you have it. All right. So folks, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And we are available on every podcast platform in the universe. Just type in, "Have you seen it?" with Denise, and there I will be. All right, folks. So until next week, you know what to do. I need you to go see a movie because I'm going to see a movie. Bye-bye.